Hello and welcome to another EnsoVN gaming video, and today we're going to be doing the new Boa Hancock Neo raid that just hit global today. And this is probably like the most difficult Neo stuff we've had by far. Like, it's way more annoying, especially considering the last one was like Pika, and that was like super easy. This one is going to be really hard for most people, I think. Especially because like I think this one isn't too bad. I guess if you just bring a delay on stage 3, it's not terrible, but like the other ones are like really difficult if you don't have like specific units. This first one is obviously for Slasher. The things to look out for on stage 3, the Giants will have a defense buff for 3 turns and paralyze your crew for 2 turns. So as I said, you can either just remove those buffs or try and just delay and wait out. Delaying isn't too bad, I guess, but like there aren't too many great delays, I guess. There's like Lightning McGuy from the Coliseum who's a Slasher, but yeah, you also need quite a lot of HP because Boa Hancock will do like 30,000 damage. You just have to straight up tank. Like, there's no way really getting around it. So you have to bring a healer or a damage reducer. As you can see here, oh, it's actually 3 turns of paralysis. Yeah, so 3 turns of each, which is pretty annoying. Luckily, I have both Ors and Diamante V2. Like V2 of both of them, which is pretty cool. And then yeah, you get delay as well, which makes it super easy. As well as obviously the conditional attack boost as well from Orz's paralysis remover, as well as giving you the conditional attack boost, so super nice combo there. Now we're just going to stall out because obviously Zoro and Mihawk aren't CD or stat boosted, so still have to do a tiny bit of stalling, not too big of a deal. You don't actually have to use Mihawk's level 2 special, you can actually just kill her with the level 1. But since Zoro's special is reasonably long anyway, so it's not too bad that you have to wait for both. You have a lot of turns to stall, especially with this team. I didn't really even stall on the first stage. So if you don't have a lot of of your specials like maxed out, so with this team it's not too bad. I actually had like everyone maxed except for Rebecca, which is like 2 away. Here you either see a penguin or a seahorse, and they will increase the damage you take for 5 turns, or debuff rather. Here you, I don't know what I'm thinking about, just one shot the penguin really easily. You see there about like 10,000 HP or something. Then onto Boa herself, she will cut your HP by about 25%, lock your chain to 1.5 times for 4 turns, and then attack for about 15,000 damage, as you saw there. Just use Rebecca to remove the chain lock, and then just pretty much use all the other specials. Zoro for the attack boost, and then Mihawk for the orb and chain lock. Pretty straightforward. And then obviously you can attack in any order you pretty much want, just because of the chain lock after the first hit obviously. And then she got straight up eviscerated. So you probably can just use Mihawk maybe as captain, but you do need a HP, so who else is good? Like, there's a tanky Slasher captain that's escaping my mind right now, but it's not too important, I guess. She'll also give you all block orbs and stuff, but it doesn't really matter since Mihawk's just gonna one-shot her. Next up we have is Free Spirit, which I built kind of a bad team for this because I don't really have a legit way of dealing with stage 13, so I'm just going to stall out the hit barrier and then heal up using the lore-ship. Other ways to do it obviously are to use a delayer instead of the healing from the ship, or you can use a special to go through the barrier. Yeah, those are the 2 main ways, I guess. Otherwise you can also obviously have enough combo hits. Other than that, you just have to pretty much just wait out the freaking barrier, which is a decent amount of turns. I'm using the Sabo we got from the World Clash as a free unit, which is on both. Yeah, that's the unit everyone got, and then Japan got the Ace, which we didn't get, which removes bind from 1 unit completely. That's just for safety on the final stage in case your Garp gets locked. You can just use Sabo and just instantly like remove all the bind. You can of course just reset the game if your Garp gets minded, if you're fast enough, but this is just safer, I guess. You can replace the Sabo of course with Legend Sabo and then get the 1.75 times and then 2.25 times attack boost instead, which might be easier if you don't have Recruit Kobe. That might be a good option for you, since obviously Kobe's a lot newer, so it might actually be more likely that you have the old Legend Sabo. Stage 3 is nothing on this. No, stage 3 is the one where you gain a higher chance of getting strength in orbs for the rest of the fight, as well as I said, one of the Giants having 26 hit combo barrier. But stage 4 there won't be anything really difficult, but there will be like 6 units, including an Elder Seahorse. So yeah, I'm just gonna slowly beat everyone down, which is super annoying. You see there that it's like 10 turns. Luckily, after attack, she always does have what's it called? 1 turn of a 3-turn attack cooldown. So yeah, just slowly wait. You only have to tank, I guess. Maximum of like 3 hits. Yeah, I was trying to freaking remember which Ace or Luffy gives you like the defense reduction or damage reduction. And then I think it was Luffy, but then I switched to Ace. But it doesn't really matter all that much. So tank 1 more hit, and then I use Lord to heal. So that can I tank 1 more hit, because really you don't take any damage with this team other than this stage, so it's not too bad. Plus I pretty much stall back up for original Boa Hancock special, so I can have a 2.5 chain lock on the final stage as well. As I said here, stage 4, nothing really important. You just gotta make sure you kill everyone. Sometimes they won't have 1-turn CDs, especially on that penguin. The penguin's gonna be the most annoying thing to deal with. I think I do actually like don't kill the penguin here, because yeah. So he actually does put up like a super defense buff, which is really annoying. So you make sure that if he lives, make sure no one else does, because it's actually now gonna be really hard to kill anyone. Because this Rainbow Shield is actually quite strong. You see there, like the first hit did like 900 damage, and he has a considerable amount of HP. But luckily I could kill him over 2 turns. I don't... Actually, do I? I might not actually do it, and then like have to tank 1 extra hit. But as I said, it doesn't really matter. As long as you get to the final stage, with this team you should just punish them win. Yeah, he freaking lives. Stupid freaking penguin. You can have up to 3-turn CD, which is why I got kind of unlucky that I got a badly matching orb, and the fact that he was on a 1-turn CD. And then I just actually stall, just because I guess. Now onto the final stage. She will give you all TND or block orbs, which is why Kobe's nice to get rid of the block orbs. But if you are using this team, the Sabo will also get rid of the block orbs, so you can actually use like a different like attack booster if you don't have Kobe. Here I'm using Luffy A special to obviously get the captain ability and give you full matching orbs, but she will remove the orb boost, which is mildly annoying. Obviously use time skip Luffy special to make his captain stronger as well, to ×4. Then Boa for the chain lock, and you're pretty much set. I'm trying to think actually like who had the lowest attack, and I think it was Sabo. And I think the only stat boosted unit on my team was Kobe. And you see that I did like a lot of damage even without using the final 2 attacks, so you can probably just not use Boa Hancock and replace it with like someone more useful for stage 3. And you see there, 1 unit got locked and it was Sabo, which is fine because he was the one to remove the mind anyway. And then she gets a big stat boost for like 11 turns actually, and a big hit combo shield, so that's why you should use Guard to one-shot. Now onto the final version, which is Cerebral, which is the most annoying version. Evident by the fact I'm using freaking limited rare recruit Basil Hawkins. Super annoying because on stage 3 it will limit your specials to 2 specials a turn, as well as after her death she will paralyze 4 of your units for 7 turns, which is an obscene amount. You can use time skip Nami to remove it, but then you need 2 units to have the cellular ability that removes paralysis. Because I think all of them will remove paralysis by 1 turn, so you need 2 of them. So either using like Sicilian here as well as a Wanda, because they both have the cellular ability. So if you use both of those, you can use Timeskip Nami. But I'm just going to use Basil Hawkins mostly because he's a really strong Cerebral Captain as well. He's a 3.25 times Cerebral Captain if you have a matching orb. Shanks is mostly doing most of the heavy lifting though, since he's so good against bosses that make it so you can only use like a limited amount of specials, since his special is pretty much 3 in 1, so it gives you an attack boost, a chain boost, and matching orbs, so it's really nuts. I mean, if he was Sai, this would be like even easier, but even though you're getting like no type advantage since everyone's in and she's in, it's still really strong. Of course, I also get to still use Basil Hawkins to strength, but I need to remember that like he doesn't actually get a huge attack boost. I think he only gets 2.75 times since he is an int, but all int units get 3.5 times from Shanks. Here you're going to get paralyzed and bloomed for 5 turns each. I forgot to make sure that this team actually had level 2 despair removal, so make sure you actually do that. Replacements for Koala are Colosseum Kuro, which I don't know if anyone actually bothered to max him out. he does remove Despair and Bind by 2 turns, and he's Cerebral, so it's a good choice if you have if you don't have Koala. But then obviously you need level 3 Despair and Bind removal, since he only removes it by 2. There's also like Rare Recruit Strawberry, I think. The Int version also does the same thing, as well as frickin' Crocus, who's a silver unit. I think I've literally any time I've gone Crocus, I've thrown him away, so I don't think I even have them, even though I've pulled him like 10 times. So he's actually he was actually really good for this part if you didn't have Koala. So yeah, maybe it is sometimes good to keep your silvers. Here I'm just stalling out for my, I think it was Shank special, but that's pretty much done now. So once again, no like effect on stage 4, but there are 6 units, and luckily this time I had the Penguin on a 3-turn CD, but it wasn't even necessary since this team does a lot more damage than the last one. Since I pretty much had like a 2.5 times attack boost the whole way with the Free Spirit team. Now onto Boa herself, she will shuffle your orbs into all coloured orbs, which is actually fine. Like, it's so you can use Sicilian to give you 4 matching orbs. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use Shanks to give me the attack boost and the chain boost as well as matching orbs, and I'm going to use Doflamingo to extend that attack boost because it's so strong. Don't actually have to do that because on the next stage she only does have 20% HP, and like just with matching orbs it's more than enough to kill this guy or her. There, it was like 4 attacks. Might have been 5, I wasn't watching that closely. And then she will paralyze your captains and your right side units for 7 turns. You see that Sicilian removed 1 turn, and then gives you all block orbs. So I use Kuma. Well, first you use Basil Hawkins to remove the paralysis, then I use, not that guy. Then I use freaking Kuma, gives you 4 matching orbs. He does remove the orb boost, that's fine. And then I can kill her in like 2 hits. Yeah, so you super don't need the Doflamingo to extend the damage, but it's nice to have anyway. Well, that's it for this video. Hopefully it was useful for helping you build your teams. This one is definitely hard, so there's no shame if you can't beat all of them. Hopefully you might get some good pulls maybe in the future, and it will help you beat it later on. Post any teams you have in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, my Nakama!